Good morning, or hola. Today we are going on a road trip. We don't really know where we're going, but I can kind of show you a rough idea of what we're thinking. We are staying up here on the northeast of the island. This is Mallorca, sorry. Double L is pronounced with a Y. This is Mallorca, and we are staying on the northeast of the island, between Port Alcudia and Port de Pollenca. So we're going to drive south and then make our way back up the west coast through all the little towns and villages, and hopefully watch the sunset somewhere around here. So we just detoured into a beautiful little village called Bunyola, which is in the mountains, but it was a wrong turning. It was a wrong turning actually, because we are open to whatever today. But we're heading to Valdemossa, so we've come straight out of Bunyola. Don't know what road we're on. MA something, that's what the road's called out here. Anyway, we're heading for Valdemossa. This is the first parking ticket we have found since we've been here in Spain and that we've had to pay for. So we've arrived in Valdemossa, it was €1.20, and we are going to go and explore the town. This is the view. So I think that's Valdemossa as well. It's just this little cute town in the middle of the mountains. So we have just been into this patisseria and got some traditional pastries. So I got the coco patata, which is a traditional Valdemossa pastry, and you got the ensaimada, which is a traditional Mallorcan pastry.
I have a feeling they're going to taste exactly the same, they're just different shapes.
They are exactly the same. Okay, so it was a short and sweet visit to Valdemossa, and we are now heading to Deia. I can see the sea! We're in Deia! It's quite a small town though, so I don't know where the centre of it is. I love how it's all set up in the mountains. So pretty. One thing there is a lot of in Mallorca are cyclists. So when you're driving, not only are the roads really windy and mountainous, is that a word? Mountainous. Not only are the roads windy and mountainous, you have to be really careful to dodge the cyclists. And when I say there's a lot of cyclists, I mean there is a lot of cyclists. Typical, there's only one when I want to show you. We've just parked up the car in Deia, the second town on our road trip. We are walking to a restaurant slash bar that someone recommended to me on Instagram, that apparently has a really good view. So we're gonna go check it out. Well, Google Maps had a mind of its own. We want to go to Foridada, which is where the restaurant is, and it's 2 miles from where we actually are. So we're gonna get back in the car. Ultimate road trip car or what? We've just driven 2 minutes outside of Deia back towards Valdemossa. To Foridada. I think this is the restaurant. Hola! So as we walked into the restaurant, we got told off for videoing. So we couldn't video whilst we're in there, but I did a little cheeky one, which you would have just seen of the view. The food was actually really good. The service, I don't know, I think maybe they're used to it being locals and just Spanish people, so they kind of saw us and thought maybe that we were just going to have a drink for the view and not actually eat there. But the food was really good and it's a really nice view, so recommend that. And I just bought some sunglasses from a little Spanish lady that was selling like some jewellery and art outside. We just drove to the bottom of the road that the restaurant we were just at is on, and this is where you would normally drive down to the, what's it called? Peninsula? I don't The bit that sticks out in the sea with the hole in, yeah, you can see that from the restaurant, but you could normally drive down here, I think a bit further down to view it, but it says on this gate that on Thursdays it's closed. Good times. We're going to go back to Deia, well, back through Deia to take a photo of it, and then we're going to go on to Soyer, the next town on the road trip. We have arrived to Port de Soyer, which is where the rickety trains are that we've heard about. So we're going to find them. Also, we had a salad for lunch, so I think it's time for an ice cream. That didn't take long. Oh, they've got so many good flavours. They've got hazelnut, white chocolate with raspberry, right here, coconut and toffee. Oh my gosh, champagne and mango. 2 bolas? Yes, please. 1 coconut and dulce de leche. And 1 passion fruit mousse, please. Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. That ice cream was real good. What would you give it out of 10, Meg?
10.
10. We're going to go find out what it's called in a minute, and then I will write the name of it below because they had the most awesome flavours of ice cream. The sun's gone in now, which is a bit of a bummer, but this is Port de Soyer. It's, yeah, a port with a few tacky pedalos. No offence, Port Soyer over here. And again, some beautiful mountains surrounding it. We found the trams which take you from Soyer town, which is like a 10-minute drive to Soyer port. We were going to get on the tram, but we were trying to find the tram station and kind of just ended up at the port anyway. So we took a nice photo and watched them go by. We are going to head back now, I think. Back up the last bit of the coast. We've done the 3 main towns we wanted to see today, and now we're going to drive back and just see what we come across on the way home. This is Soyer. We are going to drive away from it though, because we are getting tired. Why have you got a smile on your face? She's so pleased with herself.
It's nice to actually be able to see it for a change.
Oh, I turned the GoPro screen on, so now Megan can actually see what she's filming, and she's got a massive grin on her face. Go on, show him. As well as cyclists, we also have road skiers. So yeah, it's now in these valleys in the distance. GoPro doesn't do it justice because it's so wide angle. You pass 2 beautiful lakes and some donkeys and some sheep and a really nice statue. I don't know what that represents. Make note. There are also lots of lovely tunnels in Mallorca. Okay, so we were driving to our last destination, which was like up and down a million mountains, and we realised that the petrol was on the last little thing. It was getting dark and we kind of thought, do we want to be broken down in the middle of nowhere? And Megan had a sensible head on and I agreed to turn around. Yeah, so we have just filled up. Yay! We're driving back through Pollenca now, and we're going to stop off for a coffee, I think. Would you like to stop off for a coffee? At this spot that we've seen every time we've driven past, but not quite made it in yet. Okay, so we have gone for cappuccinos. With a pretty view. I tried to put my finger in it. How are you meant to pick it up?